Are we going?
Yeah.
Oh, you son of a biscuit. Hello. Welcome back to My Aunt's Attic.
Mobile.
We have a very special episode, and by special, I mean potentially terrible.
We're in the car.
Because we are in the car. I'm going the wrong way.
Oh, Jesus. Let's go to Buffalo. Why don't we? This is off to a
The
great
guy behind
start.
me is like, oh my god. That's what I get for not looking at the GPS.
We need a bumper sticker. Sorry, we're recording a podcast.
What am I doing? I just turned on the... Oh, this person behind me is not happy. This is off to a great start. Let me think for a second. Because...
Welcome back to the circus, everybody. Hope you guys had a good week. I've had a great week.
My brain
Danielle's
just
speechless. I don't know
melted. No,
why.
I'm so used to... It was muscle memory going towards Buffalo. And that's not where we're going this time.
No.
So yeah, the person behind me is not happy. Okay, let's get out of his way. Disappear so he doesn't come out.
We're on our way to the Claude Monet Experience Extravaganza Thriller Spectacular event.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to expect.
I keep seeing pictures of it, and I keep seeing people comment about it, and it looks... I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
Well, he's too big for his car. His head is like almost touching the ceiling, so I don't think he has any room to discuss. Danielle's putting her Easy Pass up to the windshield.
It's not
as we're going
connected. I
over.
forgot to connect it, so I have to hold it up to make sure it
It's ugly anyway. I would
registers.
just hold mine up. Mine's connected.
Well, you're supposed to like tuck it behind your mirror, but
Yeah.
this has like those little dots that shield the sun, and so I'd have to have it down further and in my way, and I don't want to do that either. So yeah, apologies for the possible road noise. I don't know how that's gonna turn out very well.
We should put in sound like crashing sound effects.
Can you imagine if we actually got into a car wreck and like recorded our
Had
deaths?
it on. Ooh.
How morbid. Do you want to set it up here? This has got like a nice shelf.
I'm just afraid that it's gonna fall. I'm good right now.
Okay.
We can change it
You're like just
later on. I'm totally good.
serving up the platter. It's okay. I did realize it is hot in here.
A little bit.
It's really hot. We're gonna turn that down for a bit. That's a good number.
We just listened to 2 awesome songs
Yes.
by Benson Boone.
Yeah.
Check him out.
I think we are late to the party because on Spotify he's got like
His
50
voice,
million followers.
his voice sounds really familiar, but I didn't recognize those songs.
Well, I saw a TikTok of this little kid in his car seat, in the back seat. Parent was recording it, and he was like so into it, and he
That's
just
so
loves
cute.
it. Beautiful Things. He was jamming out to Beautiful Things. Little kid. Oh, it was so cute. And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, it's actually the most incredible song. And then I listened to In the Stars, and I forced Mary Grace to listen to it. So sad, so unbelievably beautiful.
It's really good.
The lyrics are hands down. I'm like a freaking masterpiece.
Yeah.
Masterpiece of lyrics. So, yeah, I'm kind of sad I was late to the game on that one. That's what I get for not listening to new music. I listen to the same 4 songs.
Yeah, I never listen to new music.
So that's one good thing about TikTok, I guess. It introduces me to some new people. It's introduced me to a couple new artists. I forget who though.
Yeah, but sometimes I feel like the music on TikTok is lacking a little bit. Like if I think I found a good song, it's like,
It's the one good song an artist sometimes has.
yeah, it's like something's missing. Some
Well-
songs just feel like they were just made to go viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
So there's only like one catchy part, and the rest is like pretty boring.
Yeah.
And like the quality, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It just feels like they're trying to be someone else. I don't know. Sorry.
Well, I don't like when artists that I do actually like beforehand, they get a song on TikTok and then I can't associate it with
Yeah.
anything other than TikTok.
Or when like smaller bands like go viral and then everybody's listening and you're like, no, you don't get it. I was here first. Oh, speaking of being somewhere first, I have not been this mad, maybe ever.
Uh-oh.
So we're gonna switch gears. So there's a shuttle bus that goes around my campus. There's like 2 or 3 going around at a time. So you're waiting for the bus like maybe 10, 15 minutes at each stop, unless you catch it at just the right time. They have an app that you can like track where they are. But anyway, I'm at the bus stop. I'm the first person there. I'm alone for most of the time.
All by yourself.
All by myself, content as a little bee, bundled up in the cold, waiting for the shuttle. And then as the shuttle is getting closer, people are like congregating. Some people are standing in front of me. Some people are standing behind me. There's a line forming. I was there first, but it's okay if the people stood in front of me. I really don't care.
Did you not get on this shuttle?
What I care about is that the people behind me, when the people start getting on the bus, 5 girls that I would like to kill, maybe.
Oh! Extreme.
Cut in front of me. And then guess who was the one person out of the 25 kids who just got on the bus who didn't get on the bus?
No.
Me.
Are you serious?
I was the first person there. And these 5 girls literally... Do people think that I can't see them? I see them cutting in front of me, and because they're all in a group, they're like, oh, well, and then I have to follow the friend, and then the friend followed the friend, and then the friend followed the friend. And so then 5 people at least. It might have been more, but I was fuming, so I didn't really count. But I see them cutting in front of me, and I try to do that thing where I try to, like, walk faster, like, to be like, excuse. But they just went ahead anyway and, like, cut me off.
Oh, my God.
And the bus was packed, like, people were standing. Like, there wasn't anywhere that I was going to fit. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'll just wait for the next one, I guess. And I was like, while it was happening, I was like, imagine if they're the reason I can't get on this bus. I was the first person here, and then that's exactly what happened.
Oh my God.
And I was really like hoping that they were aware that I didn't get on the bus, and that they felt really bad. Like, I hope that they feel really bad.
That's when I would just, like, stand there with my arms out, be like, what is this? As they drive away, they're just standing there, be like, are you kidding me?
People cut me in line on the shuttle every day. And I'm, like, so close to being like...
No, I would toss elbows.
I'm so close to just saying something. I'm so close.
Why
it makes me
haven't you
so
gotten
mad. I think I will get there eventually.
No, not eventually. Next time.
Okay.
This is
It'll happen tomorrow. It happens every single time. People are so rude.
No, that's I would start talking like no. That actually happened to me the other day. No, not like that. Okay. Anyway, I was at CVS. I was waiting in line, and this woman, out of nowhere, she comes up beside me, and is like kind of like half beside me, half behind me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, lady, I've been standing here. You're not going to cut me.
Yeah.
And so every time someone in front of me kind of moves or out of the way, I'm like, I'm creeping up, and then she keeps right alongside me. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'll deck you, dude. Like, it's not a huge deal, but at the same time, be self-aware enough to, like, know your place. And I'm not willing to shake my place. And then as the person in front of me leaves, I'm ready to step up. And she just turns to me. She's like, I had an order already going. And I'm like, I'm an asshole.
But she should have said that in the beginning.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. I just, like, it's happened a couple. And I remember it was Christmas time. And huge long line at one of these toy stores. And waiting forever. And it was so funny because it was in the mall. And a store above us had broken a leak or something. I don't know. Water was pouring down. And so, like, everyone's standing there in line looking at this waterfall pouring into this store. Half of the employees are trying to deal with that, while their other half are trying to deal with this massive line. And this couple in front of me, that obviously we've all been waiting there for a long time. And this woman's kind of same deal. This woman kind of just, like, cuts in front of the entire line, and this girl was not having it. She's like, we've been waiting here, you're not. And she's like, I had an order already going. We were just
say that, though.
And the
just say
woman
that to the people who are in line.
Yeah. And the girl kind of backtracked, be like, oh, I'm sorry. But she was, like, not having it at first. She was, like, ready to cuss this person out. And I'm like, just speak up, folks. You ain't gonna get anything you don't ask for or demand, so.
I normally don't really care, but it was the fact that, like, the bus was full like when it got there. And then there was like 15, 25 people in line for the bus, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I really hope that they realize. You know what I mean?
When getting on the shuttle can actually result in you being late to something, you show up early so you know you have a spot, and then for you to be cut out of your spot.
I was the first person there. I should have been the first person on the bus.
You next time, like when
That's what I do. If people are already standing, I will stand behind them and I will let them go first. They were there first. I will
Yeah.
make sure that whoever is in front of me gets on first. But people just like cut in front, and I'm like,
if people are
"Hello,
standing in front of
we're all
you,
going to the same place."
push to the front next time, and just be like, I was here first. I got somewhere to be. I'm not being late. I was here first. Get out of my way.
They're just really lucky that I like wasn't having a bad day already, because I probably would have cried. Because it was cold, and then I had to wait another 10, 15 minutes for the next shuttle.
Yeah. No. That gets my anger going.
I normally don't care, but it was just the fact that like everybody else, it was like a crowd of people. Everybody else got on, except for me, who was the first person there. People actively cut in front of me.
Yeah.
I just hope they saw me standing there after the bus left and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we're the worst people ever to exist ever."
Yeah.
I hope they feel bad, and I hope I ruined their week.
Well, that kind of plays into what we talked about before about like people being self-aware, and me not being able to stand people who are not self-aware.
I think
But that
they're
does sound-
aware. I think they just are trying to hack the system.
That does sound like they're just selfish rather than just not self-aware. But I don't know.
Just like
Grinds my gears. I'm so
step
sorry
on
that happened.
people. It's okay.
That's rough.
It's okay. It's okay.
Uh,
On the bright side, though, I had that absolutely wild class that's like 2.5 hours long last night. And so our assignment was to bring in the biggest thing that you could fit in your hand.
uh-huh.
And one kid brought in one of those singing fishes on a plaque. And he's like, sings Jimmy Buffett. And he like plays it. And 30 college student eyes are just mesmerized by this fish. And he's just holding it up and showing it around. And the professor's like, yeah, that's a good, and we're all just like, yeah, that's really good. And I wanted to take a video of this happening so bad, because I look around and everybody's just watching this guy hold up a singing fish and it's singing Jimmy Buffett. I was like, what is this class? What is this? Why are we all taking our time to watch a fish sing on a plaque?
Oh, it's the
What?
simple things. It's the simple
I couldn't
things.
believe it.
Oh, that's funny.
And then we had this other...
Well, that reminds me of like how college students love stickers.
yeah.
We love stickers.
Yeah. Just any little hit of like serotonin that we
Yeah.
can get our hands on, we will. We had this task. So last week we had to draw ourselves with our eyes closed. This week we had to draw the most ambitious animal, but it had to be like a single line, like we couldn't pick up our pen.
Ambitious animal.
Exactly, I have no idea what that even means. So I drew, it actually turned out to be pretty okay, like a cocoon, like turning into a butterfly. So I did like a tree branch, and there was like a cocoon, and there was like a butterfly, and I was like,
Okay.
it's ambitious because it has to go through a whole transformation to achieve a goal. Bing, bang, boom. This other kid drew a horse standing on a beach ball and named it Bojangles. And everybody's like, yeah, we love Bojangles, because it was a competition. We were going to pick who had the best one in the class.
Yeah, that one.
I won.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I swear to God. Oh. I won. Because I think it's because I did this. When I showed it, I went, ooh. And then everybody else was kind of like, ooh. And people liked
You
it.
subconsciously got him on your attack. Oh my
People were
god,
like-
that's so funny.
It turned, it like artistically, it was good. And there was reasoning behind it. Bojangles on a beach ball didn't make any sense. I liked it. I was going to vote for Bojangles, but everybody at my table was like, no, vote for yours. It's the best one. And I was like, okay. So I won.
I need to see
I get
this.
extra credit.
Oh, nice. You know, you have to. Whenever you talk about some of your art, we're gonna have to post it.
I don't have a photo. I should have taken a photo of it. I will
Well, you're
get
gonna
it
get
back.
it back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me and my group get a little extra credit.
Well, that's cool.
Sick. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I was super proud.
You know what I'm not super proud of?
Let's go.
Netflix.
way.
Look at that. It took them less than a week between the arrival of the new trailer, which, yes, it did look awesome. But then new news has coming out that, like I said, I said it in the last episode, that as long as they keep the characterizations the same, it should be okay if they take some creative liberties with the overall kind of,
What
I don't know.
happened?
Apparently, they're knocking out the fact that Sokka is sexist in the beginning.
Oh, even I know about that.
What are you doing?
I've
That's
seen like
literally
2 episodes, and I know that's like his whole character.
that is his whole character. That's the entire initiation of his relationship with Suki.
Yeah.
Is him growing out of his sexism and actually recognizing that she's amazing and badass and like women
Yeah.
rock. Like that's a huge part of his character and his character growth. And you're gonna take that out because it's a little iffy. Excuse
That's the
me.
whole point, is that he grows out of it.
It's only, toxic character traits are only truly toxic and problematic when they're not addressed. And they're treated as if it's not a problem. It is treated as if it's a problem, because literally the first episode, freaking Katara is angry at Sokka for being sexist.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Oh my god, it took them less than a single week between the trailer and new news. I'm like, this is why we can't have nice things.
That's super annoying.
And that goes back to the whole freaking society being all like, oh, we have to be precious around everybody's feelings. No, hurt each other's feelings. That's the whole point.
It's like, how are you gonna make it like that's like the whole point of like having a creative thing, is like there's a conflict.
And you fix it.
Books, movies, everything. Like,
Yeah.
that's the whole point, is there's conflict and then it's resolved.
Yeah. And like,
What's a story without a conflict?
Character
We're all just
growth.
doing happy sunshine butterflies.
yeah, character growth is absolutely the most salivating part of any kind of show.
Yeah.
Seeing everything come and flourish and just, oh, it's beautiful. And then they got to take out such a monumental part of his character. Like, why are you doing this to me? Why do you hate fandoms that know what they want? Give the people what they want! If it's not completely obvious, I'm obsessed with and totally passionate about this show, so you're going to be getting pretty much weekly updates on Avatar. Because it's my entire life, honestly, at this point. So yeah. I don't know where to go from here, because I melted my own brain.
I really like Disenchantment.
I have yet to start that.
It's really good. My friend put me on it in high school, and it's sick. I love it. It's just so cool. It's so funny. Like, a lot of the comedy is like timing, and it's so clever, and I love it. And I started watching it again. I did fall asleep though.
Well, you've already seen it once. This is kind of the white noise round, right?
Well, no, it was new. They have new seasons.
Oh, dude, I thought it was like done.
No,
Okay. Well, that's cool. This truck has a picture.
this photo is not good.
It's a little creepy.
Wendy Perry.
Oh my.
She's the bakery manager.
She's got like 1,000-yard
Your
stare.
business. Yeah, that looks really dated, honestly. It looks like,
Yeah.
doesn't it look like 40 years old, that photo?
But
It's like corny.
a little creepy. So I started reading this book because I was curious. It's by Christopher Moore. It's called Lamb, The Gospel According to Biff, Christ's childhood friend.
Oh, you
Or
were
Christ's
telling
childhood
me.
pal.
You told me about the same thing.
So I started reading it. I wanted to see how blasphemous and ridiculous it is, and it is by far one of the funniest books I've ever read. I'm only a couple chapters in, and I have dang near cried from laughing so hard. So we'll see how it goes. It's probably horrendously blasphemous. It's wrong on so many levels, but it's so funny. And I don't know. It humanizes things a little bit, and it's great. So far, I love it. We'll see. I read a couple passages to my mom, and she was laughing pretty hard too. So
Was it you that was telling me about this a few weeks ago, this book?
probably, I don't know, but I've actually started reading it. I'm reading 2 books at once.
That's crazy.
They're different enough where I can keep track.
Guess who's reading a book right now?
I know it ain't you because you can't read.
It's me.
What? When'd you learn to read?
I've talked about this book before. I never finished it though. I was reading it like 3 years ago, and I really liked it, and then I just never got to finishing it. I restarted it, which is unfortunate because I keep reading.
What is it?
Oh, it's Machines Like Me by Ian McEwan.
Okay.
I really love it, but it's taking away my attention from class because I'll be reading it in class, and that's really not good. But I love this book.
What's it about?
It's about a guy. See, it's a little bit confusing because I think it's supposed to be set in the 80s, but they're like, it's more it's like our technological stance, like currently.
So it's supposed to be old, but it's modern.
Right.
Gotcha.
Because it's about like AI and like new technological advancements. And so this guy, they put out these like human robot things. They only put out so many of them. And this guy who doesn't have a lot of money, but his mom recently died. He like took the money from his mom's death and bought one of these robots just out of like curiosity for it. And so it's about him and the robot and this girl that he likes, and I love it.
It sounds like Her. With like Joaquin Phoenix, the movie Her. He falls in love with like a computer programming.
Okay, he doesn't fall in love with it.
Okay.
But the girl might, honestly. I don't know yet. Because they did have a little time together.
That sounds like it would hobble my brain a little bit.
I love it.
No, so I finished a book series, or a duology. Everybody knows it because it's super famous, and I understand why, because totally worth all the hype. So freaking good. Rebecca Ross's Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. So good. So good. Like, I'm talking dang near 5-star. It is nearly impossible to get 5-star ratings out of me for books. I've read hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of books, and I think I have a grand total of like 6 books that have 5 stars.
Wow.
So I'm talking, it's very difficult to get a 5-star out of me. And this was close, dude. This was as close as you can get without actually getting it. And I have ways upon which it could get 5 stars that I'm actually going to probably email the author and be like, listen here, you got some great books on your hands, but here are some suggestions. Write an extended version of these books. Take these as your own if you want them, or, you know, whatever you need to do, but here are some suggestions. Get that to 5 stars. Thank you. So I'm going to do that.
You should start like a review blog or something. Like a book review thing.
I actually used to.
Really?
When I worked at the bookstore, I had access to a lot of ARCs, ARCs, advanced reader copies, whatever, which are specifically sent out to people to create reviews and everything to gain hype before the actual release. And I had access to it, and so I started writing some reviews. But the problem is, because I was just getting the ARCs that were sent to the bookstore, I didn't choose them, or I didn't have a specific author sending them to me directly. And so they weren't necessarily books that I enjoyed reading.
Right.
And I was forcing myself to read books that I didn't particularly want to read just so I could write a review to hopefully gain enough of an audience to be a reviewer.
That's so cute.
It didn't last long.
That's so cute.
It didn't last long because I wasn't reading books I wanted to.
Yeah, I get that.
But I actually really do love talking and reviewing books, and these books were so unbelievably good. But it reminded me of it because when you said that it was like taking place in old times but more modern, this book kind of had that feel to it. It was technically fantasy, where the whole premise of the books is there is a war going on between 2 different gods, and the humans are the soldiers basically, and they're fighting this war for the gods. And it had very like World War I vibe to the wars. I mean, talking like trenches and, you know, all that. And had more of an old-time feel, but with modern aspects to it. There was electricity, there were cars, there was the cities, the way they were described, were very modern sounding, like kind of like steel skyscraper kind of stuff, you know. So it was just kind of a mix between old and new. But oh my god, these books were so freaking good. It had the potential to fall into my absolute least favorite book trope of all time, which is miscommunication between the 2 main characters, who are reporters that go to the front line of the war to report on what's going on during the war. And, you know, they end up getting split up. There's a whole thing. They're writing letters to each other through magical means, whatever. And he's kind of keeping a secret. She doesn't realize it. And it, like I said, it was the perfect recipe for the miscommunication, because, like, when the truth came out, she could have been all pissed off and, like, holding out, blah, blah, blah. But it was just so satisfying the way everything was solved. And I'm just like, so freaking good. I don't want to say too much without giving it away, because people need to freaking read it. It's so good. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's a girly book, because it has both the male and female point of views. So good. So good. And it was actually quite descriptive of war. So, like, if any veterans out there got some PTSD, you might want to be careful with some of the descriptions of war times, because, dear Lord. But that's one of the things I want to talk to the author about. And I'm like, lean into it more. Hurt me more, please.
You and your emotions are so weird, dude.
Oh my God.
That's how I used to be in high school, though.
I want a book to eviscerate me. I want it to
I used
scar
to be
me.
like that. Or like with music, I like would listen to sad music on purpose.
Yep.
So that I'd be sadder.
I
I don't do that anymore. Like, if a song makes me feel too much emotion, I just don't listen to it. I just don't like it.
Books and movies and music are the only times I ever feel emotion in its proper forms. So
Crazy.
I lean on it. But yeah, I like, the only books that have ever really gotten 5 stars out of me have made me feel emotions so viscerally that I cannot get away from them. They sear themselves onto my soul, and therefore 5 stars. And this book, very, very, very close. I've been obsessively thinking about it, but I just needed a few extra little scenes that I've been thinking about and creating in my own world, in my own mind, and fictitiously giving it 5 stars. Do you want your butt warm, Rowan?
No, I'm warm.
Okay.
Thanks, though.
Have you noticed, have I passed any more...
Woo.
Sorry, I just bumped it. Have I passed any more and I didn't realize it?
I don't think so.
Okay. I would hate to get a bill in the mail. I don't want to deal with that. Oh, there's a crack over there. Ouch, my knee finally cracked. I've been needing that for 3 days. Oh, my Lanta. My butt got really hot, so I had to turn that down. I should turn that off, actually. Going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. What else is new in your world?
I don't think anything crazy.
Cool, fun. That's awesome.
Do you ever want to get a tattoo?
No.
Never.
I have one particular, I think we talked about this. I have one particular tattoo that I designed like in middle school that I think would be incredible to have someone fully design as a tattoo. The problem is it would be like a full back piece.
That would be sick, though.
I don't want my first tattoo and my only tattoo
Well,
to be
you
a
do it
full-ass
in
back
parts.
piece.
You do it in parts.
But that would be weird.
You do it in sessions.
I'm not saying that, but like only have a back piece.
I think it would look sick on you. But it's gonna
It is.
itch, and I guess who's not gonna itch it for you? Me. With your little T-Rex arms.
That's so rude.
You're not supposed to itch it!
No, I would just kind of
I would smack it.
yeah, that's what I was about. I was
I'll do
like, I'm
that for
gonna
you.
press my back against a wall.
Ugh.
It is a freaking cool design, I will say that. Actually, I should tell you to do it. You're the artist here.
I
should
could
have you design
try,
it.
but I wouldn't want. That's a lot of pressure, you know. Like Eric has this. Okay, this one time I was at work, like 2 years ago, maybe more, and we have this whiteboard we write down like what we're out of as far as like soil or like rocks and stuff. And I drew like a cat, like with his middle fingers up, just to be funny, and I took a photo of it. Eric got it tattooed on his body,
my god.
and he loves it, but it feels like there's like a weight to that. There feels like there's a responsibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel responsible for it.
that's hilarious.
So that's like a big deal. But yeah,
I feel like the design that I have in mind is a little bit harsher than your art style, though. You have a little bit more of a whimsical,
yeah.
and I think this one is a little bit. I don't don't want to say edgier. I don't like that word, but
I know what you mean.
edgier, rugged, harsh, severe. I don't know.
Those so many synonyms.
I don't know. I don't know how
Oh my
to
god,
describe
you're like Google.
it. Yeah. I like words, man.
I know. I wish I liked words more.
I actually, oh my god, who was I with? What was the scenario? We were walking somewhere downtown, and one of my friends said
Don't you hate when you can remember everything else but who said it?
yeah, the
I do that
details.
all the time.
One of my friends said something that she absolutely hates. She absolutely hates it. What? We were walking out of a restaurant. We were walking down the stairs. And she went off. She was like, I hate it. And I'm like, whoa. And I finally, the whole point of this story is to actually say, I finally got to use, in genuine context, the word vitriol.
You love that word.
And I was so excited. Ah! I was like, I did it. I did. I used it in my daily life. I was so excited. Oh, I love that word.
It's a good one.
Oh, such a good word.
I didn't know it until you told me about it.
Oh, I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
I don't know, like, words that everybody knows. I've just been kind of going along, like, acting like I know what they mean. I don't know what they mean. Like, this morning, I don't know what to loathe is.
To despise entirely.
I had no idea. I was just
There you
going
go.
along pretending like I did. I didn't know if it meant that you liked something or you didn't.
No, loathe is like you despise it so viciously.
I also just learned about Watergate yesterday. So,
You know what? I've learned about Watergate multiple times and I still don't understand it.
should I drop my understanding of it? It's going to be
Sure.
so wrong. Okay.
Sure.
So this is the funny thing about me being in college now is like I'm actually learning things for the first time because I care now. In high school I was just not paying attention, but now I'm like, oh, that's actually, whoa, okay. So from my, I'm gonna mess this up so bad. That's so stupid. So
Is this something that needs to be on the podcast?
it's like in a way that like I'm gonna embarrass myself?
No,
Or-
as in like, is anybody? Are
everybody
people
already knows what Watergate is.
But I'm just wondering, like, if we're trying to describe it, then it's like people are gonna roll their eyes and like, gonna bash their head into a wall.
Maybe.
Let's do it.
So from my understanding, Nixon was running for president. I don't know. I think it was his second term. Maybe not. To my understanding, people were pretty sure that he was gonna win. Like, people liked him. It was in his favor. But he was, like, very paranoid that the other party, I don't remember what
You're doing great. Keep going.
that
keep
the
going.
other party was gonna win. He was very paranoid about it. And so,
Communism.
yeah, communism, I don't know. People who worked for Nixon were like leaking bad information about him because he was just so paranoid and so ridiculous. So even people who worked for him were like putting out crazy information. He wanted to stop this, so he hired quote unquote the plumbers to stop the leak. The plumbers were these like criminal people, and he hired them to then go into the Watergate complex.
It's an actual place.
It's like a complex. It's like condominiums and like hotels / like a plaza situation.
Okay.
He hired them to go in there and like plant microphones and like get access to like secret documents or something, but that's like not how anything works.
Super illegal.
That as well, and they got caught. And people didn't believe that they had to like really trace it back to him. Like they left no like tracks of like who they were or like what the situation was.
Weren't they interrogated and it took them like 3 days to crack?
Maybe. I didn't hear that. I just heard that they didn't have any like ID on them. They weren't saying anything. And it took like a phone number to a check to Mexico to Canada to this person to Nixon. You know, like it was like
Yeah.
a stretch, so like they had to figure it out. And when they were kind of figuring out, people didn't believe that like he would have done something so stupid. And so there was like 2 reporters from the Washington Post that investigated it, and they were right.
I do remember seeing a picture of the 2 reporters
Yes.
sitting in a room watching the TV as their entire story, unfolded.
Yes, before this point, the Washington Post was like a smaller news outlet.
Yeah.
But then this like skyrocketed their like reputation or whatever. So
Now, earlier when I shouted communism seemingly randomly, there was an actual point to that because wasn't along the same time, I forget who it was, but like was it the Red Scare?
I think that was way earlier.
Was it earlier?
Wasn't that in like the 60s?
I don't know.
Or
I don't know when any of this is.
Or the 40s.
No, like
This was
or not the Red Scare.
This was in the 80s, 90s.
But I feel like at the same time, like some of the politicians were going around saying that, like, blaming people for being communists and trying to get
the Red Scare. I know what you
Is
mean.
it? Okay.
I just don't know when that. I think that was earlier.
I thought that was
I
around.
thought that
the
was
time.
way earlier.
So that's why
I thought the Red Scare was in like the 30s.
I don't know.
Wasn't it after the 20s?
I don't know. you shouting different time periods at me is not going to make me
It
know.
was in the 30s. I don't want to look it up though because I don't really care.
See, that's the thing. I'm like, I'm such a history, but I'm like, that stuff does interest me, but I can't remember any of it.
I'm not into history at all.
Oh, I love history.
So Watergate happened in like '89. I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I should not put my phone there. I'm sorry. What am I checking? I keep forgetting what I'm checking.
I don't know. Your little tiny phone.
My little itty bitty.
So that's what I learned about Watergate yesterday.
Okay. Cool. I don't sound enthused, but I actually am. It's interesting to me. Well, I was just thinking about the fact, it's tax season is, But I was just thinking about the fact that, like, how insane it is. I think we talked about it. That some states have income tax and some don't, and how the entire revolution began with Americans being taxed 3%. And I'm sorry, we're at over double that.
Yeah.
And we're just being taxed out the wazoo. Literally everything we buy is taxed, and then we have income tax on top of that. Our money is nothing but tax. We're just exchanging debts to one another when we buy something. We're literally just exchanging people's debts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're passing around, and I'm like, how insane? When is the breaking point? And I think we're getting there. I feel it's
keep
boiling.
hoping so though, and then it keeps going on further. So
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I want a new revolution. I would love to live through the next revolution. I just want it to be done properly and effectively, not just people rioting and being crazy and stupid and not effective. I want it to be done properly. I want everyone to be like, nope, you're fired. Our representatives need to get the boot, find new people to actually get in there. We need to wipe out the income tax. All of the taxes of the things that we're paying on a daily basis. Like I said, literally everything we buy is taxed. That's enough! We don't need it on top of that in income tax.
that's crazy.
And again, especially because some states do and some states don't. I'm sorry, that's something that I feel needs to be a regulated thing in the not taxed direction. Thank you. So it's mind-boggling to me how this has happened. How we've gotten to a place where like people are like walking around like, what do? I don't know. Let's just keep paying our tax. No.
Revolution.
I mean, seriously, if everyone stopped paying their taxes, how are they going to fit everyone in prison?
I always think that when I'm speeding, and if I'm speeding behind someone, I'm like, they can't get both of us. I always do that. I love when someone's going really fast in front of me, and then I just tag along like we're a little train. Do you do that?
I usually am the front runner.
Okay, I appreciate you in the
thank
world. Because I love people who are going fast and then I can tag along like that. I feel like, like when you're a kid, you have those little trains that have the magnets between the two and they connect.
And they click on, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
That's exactly what happened. I was driving back from Ohio one time, and I was clipping along, decent pace. I had a trail of ducks behind me. And I was like, follow mama, folks.
So
and I did. Anytime I would pass somebody, all my little ducks would come over.
God.
All my little ducks would come back over after I got...
I am that person. I'm the respectful follower. I'll give you a good distance between us, but I am matching your pace.
Yeah, I'm usually the leader.
I love that.
Yeah.
I try to be the leader, but I can't maintain a speed, and I hate cruise control.
I have to have
people don't
cruise
like driving
control.
behind me.
I have to do cruise control because my knee starts hurting because I'm a baby.
My ankle will do that sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
My ankle locked up the other day. We went to pond hockey but instead of on the pond, it was in Clinton Square because the pond wasn't
Ooh.
frozen enough. But we were walking around downtown and going this way, that way, grab something to eat. And towards the end of the day, my ankle locked up so badly. And I'm like, just leave me here. Just leave me to die.
Oh, gosh.
It's like I can't do it anymore. I'm so tired of hurting.
Yeah, I was hurting yesterday. Just like, do you ever just have like a long day? You're just like out all day, and you get back, and your bones feel like they're like collapsing on themselves.
Well, unfortunately, today is one of those days. I woke up and my sugar had plummeted, which kind of just puts me off kilter the rest of the day. So, if you see my lips turning blue, just know that my sugar's tanking again.
Oh god.
I need some orange juice. Yeah, I was honestly, it was bad. I first woke up, and when I get up, I'm laying in bed for a few minutes. Then I get up, I have to go to the bathroom, as one does. But I'm still like half asleep kind of thing, so I kind of like wander into my bathroom with my eyes half closed.
Yeah.
I almost fell off the toilet. I almost missed it because I was really dizzy, and I didn't realize I was dizzy because my eyes were so closed.
Oh.
And I opened my eyes to me halfway tipping off, and I'm like, what is happening?
Have you ever peed on like the toilet seat when you were a kid?
No.
Oh my god.
Ew.
I did it at least 3 times when I was a kid. I would like be in a rush in the night, and I would sit down thinking that the toilet seat was up, and it like just wasn't.
I've had the opposite problem where when I used to live with my brother, he'd leave the toilet seats up,
See,
and I would fall into the toilet.
I never had that.
No, you wouldn't have that.
Well, I had a dad, but he didn't leave his toilet seat up for whatever reason.
Yeah. There's nothing like having a brother to humble you a little bit.
Nothing like it.
Yeah.
No.
I don't talk to my brother hardly ever, so don't have that anymore.
I always wanted a brother when I was a kid. Because I had like older cousins who, like guy cousins, and I thought they were so funny. And I wanted an older brother so bad.
We're all very, like, I feel like my cousins were all really pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Even now that we've kind of branched off, we have our own families now and everything. But even so, when we get together, we are so close. Like, it's kind of weird. And my 2 cousins that live here, they're brothers to me. I don't consider them cousins anymore, but they're actual brothers to me.
Mm-hmm.
But my own brother, I've always wanted to be closer with, but that's not something that happened.
Yeah.
Life didn't plan out.
Did you ever want a sister?
The only time I ever wanted a sister were in the moments when I would see my 2 cousins, Ashley and Tiffany, when they would be sisterly with each other. I'd be like, I kind of wish I had that. But as soon as I walked away, like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, you don't give me like sister vibes.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, you give me vibes like you grew up like roughhousing with a brother.
Yeah. Well, I was definitely
Like
more
you're
tomboy in
tough.
general.
Yeah.
But no, I never did. I don't, not into the girly things. I'm
Yeah.
not, I would way rather just go 4-wheeling than, like, I detest, this is so stereotypical. We're going the stereotypical route here. I absolutely despise shopping. Put me on a 4-wheeler, I'm good. But, no. Well, that's the other thing is, like, I had so much more fun with my guy friends, and it sounds like you're such a pick-me girl, but, like,
No,
it's
true.
just easier with guys sometimes.
That's
'cause
how I
don't
am right now. I was talking to my friend the other day, and I realized you're the only like girlfriend that I like actively have. All of my other friends are guys.
all of my girlfriends are more along the lines of, like, tomboyish.
Well, all of my girlfriends are our friends from sign language class.
Yeah. Well,
That's
Kendra, Natalie, and you, I would consider, like, my group of girlfriends, my best friends and everything. And none of you are overly girly.
I don't feel like a girly friend. No.
No.
I know.
This truck that I'm currently behind is just going, like, half a mile too slow.
I hate that. But then when you pass someone, you have to feel like you have to go really fast.
Like, yeah. Oh, that's frustrating.
I know.
Because I feel like, didn't he just pass me?
Yeah, he did. I remember because I saw the little things flapping around.
Yeah. There are some cars, I remember, when you get stuck next to a car for too long, they become like my mortal enemy. It's like, pick your speed and go. Like, I'm on cruise control. You are the one who's messing this up right now.
Yeah.
And then there was another time I was coming back from Florida with a group of my friends, and we were on the road for so freaking long, and we got behind a truck that had been with us for so long, and it was one of those kind of like lead and follow things. And eventually we followed him for like hours, man. I got kind of attached to this truck.
I do that all the time.
He finally veered off, and I'm like, you guys,
I did that.
do you want to go
yesterday.
on a trip? Because I don't know where he's going, but let's go. I don't want to leave
that
it.
all the time. I do that all the time. I did it yesterday on my way to school. I was behind someone, matching their pace. They were going fast. I like to go fast.
Yeah.
I'm behind them like the whole way to school, and then like I'm like, oh, we both go to Cortland? No. I'm like, oh,
I always get paranoid when
someone's following you.
when someone's following me too long, or when I'm following someone too long. I hope they don't think I'm actually
Oh,
creeping
yeah.
on them or something.
Yeah.
That's a genuine paranoia that I start to have. Like, yo, it's fine. Have you ever gotten to a point where you feel like you need to like circle the block to see if they actually follow?
I think I've gotten close, but I've never actually done it.
Same.
Yeah.
I was just telling my aunt the other day, I made the mistake one time. I went to Walmart. You know where Walmart is?
Like which one?
With the nearest one,
Like off Erie Boulevard,
Yeah.
like on Bridge Street or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not the greatest little section out there. I made the mistake of being an epic white girl, and I accidentally caught the eye of somebody walking out while I was walking in, and I did like the white girl smile, just to like acknowledge like, oh, I made eye contact with you. Okay, smile. Don't be dick. And of course, they're like, they turn around. They're like, hey, girl, you smiling at me? I'm like,
Hey!
I'm like, yeah. And it starts following
You
me
said
back in
yeah?
the store. Well,
I would've
again, I
said no.
panicked, and I'm like, he's talking to me. I can't just like ignore him, like whatever. And he followed me back into the store. And at that point, I didn't say anything. I'm like,
Nah.
And once I got back into the store, he finally left because he wasn't going back in with me. But like, I was like, oh my god, this is what I get for being an absolute noob at life. Look how pretty that hill is with all the snow.
So cute.
Why does it look orange though?
Light.
Weird orangey haze to the snow.
It looks like film.
Yeah,
Like there's a haze.
I've got. that
Let's stop
stupid-
smiling at strangers. Why is it in our culture to do that? Let's stop. Let's stop doing it.
Well, you'd be considered freaking weird if
People
you
in
did
other
that
countries
Yeah,
Have you smiled?
yeah.
Yeah. You know that in France, students are not allowed to wear hijab? I just learned that yesterday.
What?
That's crazy.
Ooh.
Because there's two French girls in my law and ethics class. The professor asked them, he was like, are students allowed to wear hijab in school? And they were like, no. And I was like, oh my god. What?
That's so weird.
Why does anybody care?
That's
What?
so weird. Okay, well, a boo.
And in France, if you like your mom posts you on Facebook and you don't like it, you can sue her.
My mom would have gotten sued so
I
many
know.
times over by now.
I do. I hate when my mom posts me on Facebook,
Oh
bro.
my gosh.
The zoom in. Did your mom do that?
Yes, they're so like
They're so close
Oh
up.
my god.
Well, I'm like scrolling Facebook, and then all of a sudden, it's my face is the whole screen.
the whole thing.
Chin to forehead is just me.
Why do they do that?
No.
No, the thing that kills me is like the middle-aged white woman's profile picture is always like in the car at that like that downward angle.
Oh, yep, that's
and
my
that little
mom.
half smile.
Yep.
Why?
The wide eyes, though.
Yes.
They're afraid to squint their eyes when they smile for photos. I don't understand it. And my mom takes a selfie like this. She like doesn't want to have. That's okay. When you're genuinely smiling, your eyes crinkle up. That's
Yeah.
like an indicator of that you're actually smiling.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't want to be caught like squinting or something. She just has wide eyes and just a little weird
Yeah.
stiff smile. I know, she had me edit a photo for her last night. She showed me the selfie that she took, and it was actually kind of decent. And no offense to my mom, but her selfies are usually just really scary. And she had glasses on, and she's like, I like it. I was going to make it my profile picture, but my glasses, there's a glare. I'm like,
So?
I'm like, that's the craziest thing you've ever said.
Yeah.
But she had me edit out like the glare.
Oh
on
my
her glasses.
goodness. That's my mom. My mom is so beautiful. And when she smiles genuinely, like when she's laughing, and she's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. She can't take a picture to save her life.
My mom can't either. She gets so awkward.
She's always asking me because, like, there are ways that you can pose to make yourself look, you know, more photogenic or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, I was like, well, you're supposed to bring the back of your head up a little bit, to your chin down, so you're not like, so your chin is not jutting out and everything.
Yeah.
And she takes it to the extreme where her head is like completely like turtled. And I'm like, no, mom, no. It's just supposed to be like a slight emphasis on your posture. And she just takes it to the extreme, and then she's so worried about her posture that I think she forgets to actually smile with her face
Oh God.
and lighten up her eyes, and then it just looks like a 1,000-yard stare, like gun to the head kind of smile. And I'm like, oh, Mama Julie, you're so beautiful. You gotta fix it.
Yeah, like when my mom is laughing, her eyes are basically closed.
Yeah.
Like her eyes squint so much, but like that's how you know that she's genuinely laughing. So for her to smile and have these like wide open eyes is unsettling.
Yeah.
But I can't really talk because I never take selfies and I'm smiling in.
You know what drives me nuts?
What?
People don't know what candid means.
Candid?
Candid photos?
I love a candid photo.
They're always like candid, and then they pose for it.
Or yeah, they're like, can you take some candids of me? And then they like pretend to like not know that the camera's there.
That's quite literally the opposite of a candid photo.
Yeah.
I'm like, please stop. Ah!
Do you hate when, like, I've taken some super sick photos of like my friends, and I'm like, I would kill for a photo this good. They don't even appreciate how good. They're not going to make it their profile picture. Are you kidding me? This is the best photo they've ever had. I do that all the time. I'm like, I would kill for a friend that took a photo that good of me. Are you kidding me?
I don't think I've ever taken a good candid photo other than
Of someone else? Or
no,
of
of me.
Oh.
I don't think there's ever been a good candid photo of me other than my prom like group pictures beforehand, junior year. But the problem was it was gorgeous. Like my head was tossed back, I was laughing, and
That's
it just
cute.
it was really, really cute. Somebody's elbow was in the picture and like half cut off. Like it kind of looks like my elbow, like I have my arm tilted, but it's not. It's not my elbow. I don't know.
We have to have someone Photoshop it so it's perfect.
It's a cute photo of me and everything.
That sounds
I will
cute.
say that's the only candid one I ever. I'm gonna post that one too as an excuse to post it. But just know, folks, it's not my elbow.
Don't you dare get it twisted.
Yeah, not my elbow. I don't lay claim to the elbow. Trucks. I don't like it. They made me turn off my cruise control.
It's so dumb.
I love rocks like that.
Yeah,
With the snow against the black
like
rocks.
frozen waterfall off of the.
But the contrast.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I love when there's like so much snow, but like you can still see like that. But it looks like it's a black and white photo, but it's
Yes.
not. You know what I mean?
That happens all the time going down into Cazenovia. There's a section of like the walls of rocks along the road, and when it's totally covered with snow other than the rock face, and it is truly black and white. Oh, it's so cool.
I love that. I really like that. Oof.
How you doing? Are you car sick?
No, I'm actually good.
Because I'm a good driver.
You are good. And I'm sitting in the front. That helps a lot.
Yes. I'm queasy.
You're queasy?
It's from my sugar, but kind of put a dampener on the day.
The dampener?
I know. I seriously got so dizzy. I was like, am I dying? Do I need to cancel today? Like, I was worried. But I ate a little
Sorry.
bit, and I was like, you know what? We're going to suffer through. Are you sure you don't want Starbucks?
But do you want
I
Starbucks?
kind of want Starbucks.
Get yourself some. I don't get anything from Starbucks, so I'm
No?
good. No, I haven't found my thing.
You haven't found your thing. Do you
I don't
not
know what to get from Starbucks. I don't drink coffee. And I don't drink milk. And that's kind of it.
I get my chai. I had a cup of chai this morning while I was doing my vibe. Okay. I always feel weird talking about it because I haven't yet gotten to that point where I'm like, I don't care that I'm talking about it. And so I always have to kind of hype myself up for it. But I'm going to talk about it because it's awesome. I'm so excited. Every morning for my Bible study, I have my cup of chai tea. I sit down, I get my Bible study. I've got a couple different like little devotionals just to kind of get like myself psyched up for my my Bible study part of it. And like this morning, oh my God, it hit me so hard. So the introduction to February's, do I need to get off? No? Okay, we're good. The introduction to this freaking month of Bible studies or whatever, it was so good. It was talking about the hemorrhaging woman and how in those times, the letting of blood was no good, no bueno, because that's your life essence and everything. And God is just like, nope, you keep that because that's good. And if you let that out of you, that's not good.
That's how I feel every time I have my blood drawn at the doctor. I want it back so bad.
Can I have that, please?
Can I have
Thank
it back? You can test it, but then can I keep it?
Yeah.
Please?
But like it was talking about how the woman was ostracized from...
I don't know this story.
Can I talk about it?
Please, I am surprised I have never heard of this.
Will you watch The Chosen? Because it's my favorite episode is the hemorrhaging woman. So good. Story time. Such a good story. Okay, so there was a woman who had an issue. They call it an issue of blood. And she was hemorrhaging, and just constantly, she would just continuously bleed. And in those times, the custom was like, if you have any kind of issue of blood, you are unclean. You have to go through a whole ceremonial cleaning and everything, and there's a length of time that you're not allowed to be near anybody. But because it happened so often with her, she's basically ostracized out of society because there was never getting away from it. She was never clean. And anybody that she would touch her or that she would touch was also ceremonially unclean. And they would have to kind of basically quarantine. And so nobody wanted to deal with her, and so she was cast out. And so she deals with this for 12 freaking years. She's completely alone for 12 freaking years. And so when Jesus was starting his ministry, he's going around, he's doing all these healings, she catches wind of it, and she just knows, she knows in her soul, in her spirit, that this is it, he can heal me. And he was surrounded by people who wanted to get his attention, who wanted to be healed by him, and so she could not really reach him, and she also didn't, maybe I'm adding things to it, but she also probably didn't feel worthy of it because she knows that she's unclean, she's a sinner, she's not worthy of his attention. And she was like, I don't need anything other than an opportunity. Just to touch the hem of his garment and I will be clean. She had that much faith that she would be clean. Just touch the hem of his garment. And so she kind of fights her way through the crowd and everything. Oh, there's construction everywhere. Oh gosh. So she fights her way through the crowd and she just graces the edge of his garment, and she is instantly healed.
Wow.
And he felt it. He felt like the power go out of him. And so he stops and he's like, whoa, who just touched me? And his disciples are like, dude, what are you talking about? We are surrounded by people. You've got people touching you all over. What do you mean somebody touched you? Like, what do you mean? And he's like, no, I felt power go out of me. Someone touched me. And he looks around and sees her, and it is so beautiful because it's like, it's not because she touched his garment or anything. It is her faith. She had so much faith in him that she was healed. And he recognized that he felt his power kind of go out of him and everything. And he just says, my daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. And it's like, so freaking beautiful to have faith like that. Absolutely incredible. And that's like kind of like, I remember saying it the other day, like to have faith greater than your doubts and fears and everything, and to have that much faith that I just need to touch his garment because he's so legit, dude. He is so legit that even that would work. And I'm like, such a beautiful story. And they do that. There's an episode of The Chosen that covers that, and it is done so beautifully. It is my absolute favorite. Oh my God, it's so good. But going back, my devotional, the part of it, the kind of the introduction was talking about her and how in those days and times, issues of blood, you're unclean, you're whatever. But that's the whole point of God coming back and Jesus coming to die for our sins, basically. His blood, which in those times, him bleeding would technically be ceremony unclean, but it is his blood that he shed that actually made us clean. And like the difference between the old and the new and everything, and what blood used to make unclean, his blood actually makes clean. It's just so good. Oh my gosh. So anyway, good start to February, folks. So that's just awesome. He's such a cool dude. Such a cool dude.
Oh my god, it's February.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
February 1st. We have 57 miles still on this road.
Love it.
Yeah. So also after watching The Chosen, I can just read the Bible and actually hear it more in Jesus' voice. It makes more sense because you can just, it's more conversational rather than like lecture. It just, so good, folks. So, and season 4 is out, baby. I cannot go see it yet because my aunt is busy and I want to go see it with her, but it is out. I cannot wait to go see it. I'm pumped, dude. I'm pumped. And my fan fiction that I've been waiting for, the first chapter came out today. It was really short, so it's getting to me. So I have to wait until Mondays and Thursdays for the new episodes, or not episodes, but the new chapters for each of my fan fiction to come out. So, but it's here, folks. It's here. February is here, folks.
Good start.
I got really buzzed.
That one sip really got to
I'm buzzing now.
Oh god. She's bumping.
My energy is going to plummet real quick.
Oh no.
I'm going really slow. Time to cruise.
Let's cruise.
Okay, Mary Grace's turn because I've exhausted myself and nobody wants to hear me anymore. I'm sorry.
I don't think I have anything.
Good stuff, good stuff.
I like Seinfeld. I really like it.
Okay. How do you feel about that finale, though?
I don't know.
You haven't seen it?
No, I'm watching it.
Oh.
Not in order.
I thought it was one of those things that everybody knows and everybody's seen.
No, why? Is it something bad? Don't tell me. But
I'm not going to tell you. Either some people like it or some people hate it.
Oh no, I'm going to guess that Elaine and Jerry get back together.
Okay.
That's my guess. Because the whole show is them being like, we used to be together, now we're not.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything.
That's my guess.
Okay.
I don't know. You didn't see Friends, did you?
No, I'm not a Friends person. Nope.
I watched it. It took me like 2 years. And people are like, oh, I watched it in 3 weeks. I'm like, how?
They irritate me too much.
The Friends.
None of those characters were like.
Well, I watched it in high school. It was good for me in high school. I don't think I would watch it now. So I babysit my neighbor's dog every once in a while, and when I come over, they will like have the TV on for me. So I'm just like watching like parts of things. Like I watched The Sopranos. Oh my god, I had no idea what that was about. I watched like an episode.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my god, there was like naked people and drugs and death and murder and.
Oh, I knew those. Yes.
I had no idea. I had no idea what it was about. I also thought it was new. Because everybody was talking about it recently. I thought it was like a new thing that came out.
No, it's one of those things that it's like The Office. It just never
like timeless.
ends.
Yeah,
it's timeless. Like you're never not watching The Sopranos.
It was crazy. I was like, oh my god, I need to change the channel. My eyes. What is happening? Yeah.
No, have you seen that? The thing that's like, it's not that, oh yeah, I've watched The Office, it's I'm watching The Office, because it just never ends. And even when you finish it, you just begin again, and you just keep watching it.
I only watched part of one episode, and I fell asleep, and I was like, well, that's my signal. I'm not going to like this. And everybody's like, oh yeah, the first 2 seasons, you have to go through them, and then it gets interesting. I'm like, why is there like instructions on how to watch this? I don't want to do that.
That's how I felt about Schitt's Creek as well. But both of those shows are worth it once you kind of get through the dragging part. They are worth it. But I also saw the same idea based off of beer. Oh, it's like an acquired taste. It takes a little time. I'm like, no, if I have to work at liking something, I'm just going to go to something I know I like.
TV's supposed to be no effort. I'm supposed to sit and enjoy it.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty thinking about TV, but I did actually. I actually personally liked The Office right off the bat, but I know some people have to work at it. Schitt's Creek, the only reason I did work through it was because my aunt and uncle were adamant that I did, and I'm glad I worked through it. So, There was something on Tumblr that I saw.
They still have Tumblr?
I still have Tumblr. I've been on it since I was 13.
Whoa!
Oh yeah.
I didn't know it was still a thing. I thought it was like Vine.
Tumblr is a
I thought it
cockroach
kinda
too.
just, like,
It will
moved
survive
over.
a nuclear attack.
Whoa.
Tumblr will always be there. And actually, half of Tumblr is just talking about how Tumblr will never die.
Okay. Oh god.
Oh, I find some really good stuff. But that, I think I was gonna. Or no, maybe it was a TikTok based off of Tumblr posts.
Oh, good grief.
I'm going in circles now. Just like ignore me. Edit that out. That stuff. I can't remember.
I love Yik Yak. Okay, so I have to tell a story about Yik Yak. So, there's one of the shuttle bus drivers. His name is Tim, and he's just
Shuttle
like
brush.
I said, brush didn't I? The shuttle bus driver. His name is Mr. Tim, and he's just like the sweetest little old man. Like he is just so cute, and everybody loves him. And he's like always smiling, so huge, and he like gives everybody fist bump. And I saw on Yik Yak that it was his birthday the other day, and so I was on a shuttle. He wasn't driving it, but he pulled up next to my shuttle, and the two drivers were talking to each other with their windows down. And the one is like, "Oh, I heard it's your birthday," da, da, da. And so I like took a picture of him smiling. Because a lot of the posts on Yik Yak that like everybody's liking is like little photos of him with like a Santa hat on or like doing stuff for the holidays or whatever. So I took a picture of him smiling on his birthday and I posted it. I said, "It's his birthday." Da, da, da. I got almost 1,000 likes on it. I'm the top liked thing of Cortland of all time. All time.
No way.
I'm not like if you go to top and then all time, it's me.
Wait, why don't you post that on our Instagram? That's so cute.
I could, yeah. He's got an Instagram. I could tag him
Yeah.
if you guys want to go follow Mr.
Oh my
Tim.
gosh.
He's
You are
such a
absolutely
sweetheart.
right to that. It's so cute. We had a bus driver for our 8th grade field trip to Washington, D.C., Gettysburg, and all that. And he became everyone's friend, too.
That's
Like,
so cute.
every question he would answer, and he would be so enthusiastic about it. And he just, like, he made our trip. And then because the classes were broken up into, like, 3 different buses, most of the trip was just us bragging about our bus driver. And it's just like, we win, you guys suck.
That's so
Your
cute.
trip is ruined because you don't got a good bus driver. He was so awesome.
I love that. I know, like, whenever you ask him, like, how he's doing or whatever, he'll be like, "I got the best job in the world. I just get to sit here and talk to cool people all day. Like, I just drive around. I love it." Like, he's just so sweet.
There was a gentleman back in Wheeling, West Virginia. I had the misgivings. I thought he was homeless, but I guess that's not true.
What?
But he would just scoot around all of Wheeling, West Virginia, like on his bicycle. If I'm not mistaken, Moondog. His name was Moondog. Everyone knew his Moondog. And like I said, I thought he was homeless, but I guess not. But everybody in town knew him. I don't know what his job was. I don't know where he lived. I have no idea. But everybody knew Moondog. And the Nailers, the hockey team from Wheeling, they would do occasional nights with bobbleheads, and there was a bobblehead night of Moondog. It was great. I think it was like the biggest turnout they've ever had. That was a really painful story to get there, but yeah. Shout out to Moondog.
That's
Hope you're doing well, man. I have no idea what
thought
happened
he
to
was
you.
homeless. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I know I'm not the only one. There were reasons that were acceptable for me to think he was homeless.
I had to fill out this worksheet in my crazy class last night, and it was like, one of the questions is like, "I don't like when people assume blank about me," and he would be like, "I don't like when people assume that I'm homeless."
Oh my gosh. No, I saw a TikTok or something. Somebody was preaching something or other. Well, what was the term? Unhoused or
Yeah.
out of house people instead of homeless people? I'm like, do we have to make a PC term for
You didn't-
everything?
You didn't know that was a thing?
No.
Yeah, you're supposed to say houseless or not living in a house or something like that.
I'll just go ahead and say it. Everybody can shove that right up their butt. There's nothing derogatory about the word homeless. It's just simply the word to describe your situation.
I'm not sure what the logic is. I'm sure that it's like a house isn't what makes a home.
Oh my gosh. I'm done. I'm done. There is nothing wrong with the word. It's literally the descriptive term of your situation. How is that derogatory?
I don't know. I have to be careful in school though. Like I try not to say homeless.
I would say the exact same thing I'm saying right now. I'm like, shove it up your butt. Oh my god.
Yeah, but you would also push those girls out of the way on the way to the shuttle, so we have different approaches.
I'm the type of putting people in their place. What is wrong with that?
Yeah, everybody who I told was like, oh, you should have thrown hands. I'm like, I would have embarrassed myself. It was already embarrassing enough that these girls thought that I was like puny and pathetic enough they could just cut in front of me.
Oh my gosh. I don't have any tolerance for ridiculousness anymore. And that's coming from me, the most ridiculous human being on the planet. I have no right to even be human. I'm so ridiculous. And that's coming from me. Ugh.
You forgot that we were going to be coming here today?
I did.
That's all I've been thinking about all week.
Real? Oh my god, I totally forgot until I got an email saying like your tickets are all ready.
Oh,
and I'm like,
yeah.
Tickets for what?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. No, I was about to actually text you and be like, do you want to come to mine to record today? But no, we're not even
been
like
no. Okay.
We're mobile today.
I guess we're canceling on that one.
Oh, I'm such an idiot. My memory is shot. 43 miles. Have we not gone anywhere?
We're going the right way?
No, it just feels like we've driven longer because like last time I checked in it was 57. I'm like, I feel like we've driven more than, what is that, 13 miles? Math? I don't do math. That was wrong. I don't know.
I don't know either.
14. Shoot. Oh, we're speeding. That's why we do cruise.
Are you into comedy, like comedians?
Yeah.
Like who?
You put me on the spot. Now I can't remember anyone's names. And now I'm also afraid.
I know you like Matt Rife. I think.
I did watch his special. And
didn't love it.
I didn't love it.
Yeah, that got a lot of. I heard a lot.
That got a lot of hate.
We talked about it though already.
Yeah, no, I didn't care about that. It was just like overall the entire stretch of it. While I had a few good chuckles, it wasn't the gut busting that I've seen in other specials. Freaking John Mulaney.
Love John Mulaney.
I sobbed from laughing so hard.
I saw him live, last year.
Did you?
This is where I was gonna tell a story after this, but yeah, we saw Eric and I saw him live.
So
last year, 2 years ago. It was okay. Like the special came out on Netflix. Like you can see what I saw now on Netflix, but in that room, in that moment, it was the funniest thing. I was like sitting there laughing, like in disbelief, like I couldn't believe like
you're feeding off the energy of the room.
The energy was so good and like it was so real.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, he's right there. It was so good. It was his best special of all time.
I do like that. I like I'm an idiot. I almost said Liza Minnelli.
Oh.
Eliza Schlesinger.
I know that name.
I like some of her stuff. Some of her individual jokes are pretty funny, but she does have a tendency to draw certain jokes out a little too long where I'm like, okay, move on.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I do like her. Chris D'Elia.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do I like? I don't know. Now
I
put on the
used
spot.
to love... Okay, so I got into listening to comedians when I was like 13, 14. Because I had this app on my phone. I literally don't know what it was. I just downloaded this app and it was just like a radio, but it was just comedy specials.
Oh, that's fun.
It was like Pandora,
but for
but
comedy.
for comedy.
Nice.
And so I got into a lot of comedians. I used to love Dane Cook. He is so problematic. I could not believe the stuff I was listening to. He's so problematic. But he was the first comedian that I was so into.
What is that? Okay. So this is not me just being boring, but I think like this boring stick in the mud, like the clean jokes are funnier.
Yeah.
Because while like raunchiness is like inherently funny, I think if you can make a clean joke funny, that's true skill right there. Because it's usually so boring. But if you can make boring stuff funny, God bless. What's his name? He's so cute. He's like Minnesota or Canada, and he was like talking about. He was like, you know what girls want? Pockets in their dresses.
That sounds familiar. Who,
And he's just like,
do I know who it is?
and he's just like, I tell her, I'm like, oh, that's a nice dress. And she's like, thinks it's got pockets or something.
Yes,
It's
I
like,
know what you're talking about.
Or if you want to impress a girl, take her dress, her favorite dress, and put pockets in it. And be like,
That's
oh
what my
yeah,
grandma does.
she's got pockets there. She'll go, pockets!
Who is that?
He's so cute. I can't remember his name.
I know that bit. I think I saw that.
But he was just like, girls want bad boys. Like, no you don't. He's like, no you don't. So cute.
So funny.
I've seen him on TikTok a couple times. But the other guy that I really like that I have never seen like a full special of his, it's just more clips. Amazing crowd work. Cannot remember his name. He's so funny. He laughs at his own stuff.
We haven't said anybody's names.
I know, we're doing
I don't
good.
know their names.
His body language is what's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And he always makes fun. He's just like, I'm not actually gay, but he makes like a lot of jokes that sound like he is gay.
Does he look super gay? Because I think I know who you're talking
He
about.
looks kind of twinkish.
He's short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
think,
I'm
I think I know who you're
I
talking about.
love him.
He's very good.
Love him.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm doing real good.
Do you know Mark Normand?
Uh-uh.
I love him. He's so funny. Eric doesn't listen to the podcast, so I'm gonna say it. I got us tickets to see Mark Normand at the On Center for April because he took me to see John Mulaney. So I think that'll be fun.
Awesome.
I'm super excited. So yeah, that's why I brought it up. I'm so excited.
I like Kevin Hart, but again, some of his jokes can tend to be a little kind of beat you over the head with it.
Yeah.
A little drawn out sometimes. But I love Kevin Hart just in general. I just like him. Yeah, I love comedy.
I love it. John Mulaney looks really good lately. I saw that he was at the Emmys.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't know. I saw a clip on TikTok. It was like Carol Burnett was getting an award for something, and then they showed the crowd, and he was clapping, and he looked really good. He looks a lot younger now.
Well, now that he's
Yeah.
actually
And he has a mullet, and it looks good on him.
genuinely in recovery and everything. So kudos to him, man.
We love him.
His entire bit about when he was really deep in his addictions and everything.
Yeah.
So funny.
He's so funny, dude.
Oh, it's so funny.
I love him. He's a good voice actor, too.
Oh, incredible. He's got the
He
voice
was
for it.
in. I didn't mention this when I was talking about it. You know how I was obsessed with that Cat in the, no, not Cat in the Hat. Puss in Boots movie.
Yes.
He was in that.
Yes.
Wait, did you watch it?
Yes, I watched it. Yes, I watched it, and
I told
they
you
started
about it?
talking, and it was that one, the
Come
actual
on.
villain, the one dude, the weird haircut guy.
John Mulaney, you mean?
John Mulaney voiced the weird haircut guy. As soon as this character started speaking, I'm like, that's John Mulaney.
Tom Thumb or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, something or other. But yeah, fantastic.
I know.
And actually,
But I couldn't take myself out of the fact that it was John Mulaney. That was all I could think
Yeah.
about was him, behind a microphone.
yeah. I as soon as that character started, I was like, that's
Wait,
John
but
Mulaney.
isn't that movie so good?
Did we not talk about that?
No, I talked about it when I watched it.
So good. It was so good, and I want to
can't
watch the
believe
other
you
ones.
watched it.
I didn't watch the other ones until I watched that one first because you had talked about it.
You watched it.
It was so good. I loved
know.
it. The humor in that. There were some points that was just so freaking funny.
I literally kicked
exactly
it over
my kind
though,
of humor.
that scene when the wolf, Death, is coming after Puss in Boots, and he is his life is flashing before his eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
That scene, I was like, oh, I'm scared. I'm scared right now, and this is animated. This
I
is
don't
Puss in
understand.
Boots, and I'm scared.
Well, I want to know the situation that you were watching it in because
Eric put it on.
No, I'm like, were you in a dark room? Were you like, was it late at night? Were you coming
No,
off of some other kind of emotions? Because
No.
you're crazy if you actually thought that was scary.
He was scary.
Yes, he was scary, but not enough to actually
He
be like,
clangs the things together,
yeah.
and I was like, oh,
Very
he's
cool.
gonna get him. There's no way out.
I loved like the kind of immediate switch when Puss in Boots just kind of like accepts like, okay, I didn't live well enough, and here's the end, and he accepts his death, and then Death is like, oh no, I can't, like you ruined it, like No, I
So
loved
good.
that movie. That was so good, and I want to watch the other
I
ones.
feel like not enough people even know that exists.
I saw on Facebook one of those random things that come across. It's just like, what's your favorite movie starring a cat? And I went through all the comments. I was looking for, but nobody commented Puss in Boots.
Yeah, I feel like nobody knows about that spin-off situation.
I mean, I knew there were Puss in Boots movies. I just never had seen them. And
I usually would hate that kind of like spin-off like thing.
no, it's done well.
It was good.
Very good.
I like the animation. It was a little, something was different about it.
It was half combined.
It was like half like anime
Yes.
with like
It was 2D and 3D
at the same
mixed
time.
with the animation style of like almost the, I don't want to say start-stop, but it
Yeah.
had like a more of like a glitchier look to it at times, rather than like the smooth
Yeah.
animation. You know what I'm talking about?
Wasn't that cool?
It was awesome.
I love it. Oh my god, go watch Puss in Boots, The Last Wish.
It was. That was very good. I loved that Florence Pugh voiced
Yes,
Goldilocks.
I know. I was watching and I was like, is that her?
She did
Okay,
fantastic.
if you watch Puss in Boots, though, you have to watch Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah.
You have to watch it.
Okay.
I have to watch it. I want to read the original script because people have like said that it kind of reveals more things about it.
Okay. Okay. If it's not on,
It's on Netflix. I'm pretty
is
sure.
it on Netflix? Okay.
Pretty sure.
I have yet. My coworker keeps yelling at me because I have yet to see the 1980 U.S. versus Russia hockey game, Olympics. He's like, you gotta have all set up. You gotta get your popcorn. You gotta get a big TV. It's such a good game. And I'm like, I have yet to see it. The only problem is I don't have a TV. I don't have Wi-Fi or
You should
internet
get a
at my
projector that your phone connects to,
house. Well,
or an
It's-
adapter.
that's it. I have to find the adapter for it, and I have not yet been able to. I don't know if they do, or you have to get like 6 different connectors to like.
But they
wind
have
it down.
projectors for your phone.
They do. They're like little
Yeah.
box ones or whatever. But I had like a $400 projector. I kind of want to use it.
Yeah. It might be something that you have to like also plug in like to the wall. Like, cause I have adapters that like require power. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
It's weird.
Well, I have like the different HDMI cords.
Wait, I think I might know
together.
exactly what you need. Maybe not.
Bring
Well,
it.
I have it might be similar to what you need. This is riveting. I have an adapter for my Wii to a projector. And it's like a box and you have to plug it into the wall as well. But then it connects the projector to the HDMI of the Wii. But maybe you could use that or something similar
I mean, I have a Wii.
for your phone. That has nothing to do with it.
No.
I mean,
You know what? Use your
No, but I'm
next
saying
week.
because you watch everything on your phone.
Yes. Next week, you're going to come
We
into
should
my
play around with
house to do
Okay.
the recording. Bring all the wires, bring everything. We'll experiment a little bit with it, see if we can get it to connect,
Yeah.
and then I can get the cords that I need. Or
I
I'll buy
feel
them
like
off of
when
you.
I was looking at it, it said something about that you could use your phone. I don't know. It's this weird adapter that I got.
We shall see. Yeah, there's got to be some way. There's just, it's kind of incomprehensible to me to think that you can't find the adapters to get from projector to your phone. Like,
Well,
it
I
just
can't
has
believe
to
that we
happen.
can't record with 2 microphones on a freaking laptop. But
Yeah. But I feel like that's our issue. Like, we just haven't found the right equipment,
maybe.
or we don't know how to set it up, kind of thing.
But I think it's because the microphones are the same.
I don't know if that's it. I feel like I think it's an us issue.
It is usually an us issue.
Usually, yes. That would make more sense, honestly, than it being an equipment issue.
Should we wrap up? Oh. All right.
I just choked on my own spit. I was just about to say, I was like, I feel like this is going on. How long are we at?
An hour and a half.
Are we? Oh, goodness. It did.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that was riveting.
Thanks for listening.
We did not die. It was a close call at one point.
We might, though.
We might.
There's still time.
If we're on our way back and we start to get into a car accident, we'll hurry up and like connect everything and record it. We'll be like doing a full blown spin. I'll be like, wait a second,
You're like
we gotta
doing
do this.
donuts on the highway. I'm like, oh wait, I had to plug in the microphone.
Hold that thought. Oh my goodness. Yep. No, good stuff.
Good job.
Time to listen to more Benson Boone.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks for listening.
Talk at you next week.
Bye.
Bye.